So what we have here is find the limit x approaching 1 of this expression. Okay, so the first thing we're going to test here is to check and see if it's in the indeterminate form, which is, as you remember, 0 divided by 0 or infinity divided by infinity. So we are going to go ahead and substitute in the numerator x equals 1, and we have in the numerator e to the power t squared dt 1, and x is upper bounds, and so when you substitute 1 as x, you get e minus e, which is equal to 0. Okay, in the denominator, x squared minus 1, 1 squared minus 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's in the 0 by 0 or the indeterminate form. So when it's in the indeterminate, we're going to use what's called the L'Hopital's rule. Okay, and what the L'Hopital's rule is, says that when you have, if you get the limit of f of x divided by g of x, x approaches c in an indeterminate form like this, then what we are going to do is the limit of x approaches c of f of x divided by g of x is going to be the derivative of the numerator f prime of x and the derivative of the denominator g prime of x. Okay, so that's L'Hopital's rule, just a quick review. And now let's go ahead and apply that for our numerator. So we notice in our numerator, we're going to have to use fundamental theorem of calculus, because differentiation, integration, derivative is essentially inverse of each other. And if you take a derivative of an integral, so we have an integral, so we take a derivative of an integral, and which has a variable upper bound x, then the derivative of that is just going to be the function itself. So you're going to substitute the x in place of t, and that's going to be the original function, e to the power of x squared. So we just write it out with substituting x, since it's a variable upper bound, in for FTC, fundamental theorem of calculus number 1. Okay, so substitute x in place of t, that's our function. In the denominator, however, we have the derivative of that is going to be x squared minus x squared. The derivative of x squared is 2x, and the derivative of constant is going to be 0. So it's going to be 2x in the denominator. Okay, so next step is we are going to evaluate the new limit, okay, after applying the L'Hopital's rule. So f prime x approaches 1, f prime of x or g prime of x, this is given by, so we just said f prime of e to the power of x squared, and g prime of x is 2x. Now we can go ahead and substitute the x as 1 into each of these. So e to the power of 1 squared is 1, and then we have 2 times 1. So our answer is going to be e divided by 2, okay.